Hey there, this is Bonnie Matthews, creator of the Qualified Homeschooler Hub and this self-paced course. I'm really excited for you that you have taken this leap of faith into homeschooling. It can be a tough decision that often comes with a lot of fears and questions, and that's the reason that I have created this program for you. I started homeschooling over 8 years ago. And even though I was homeschooled for 9 years myself, it was a completely different experience when I started teaching my own kids. I had all of the usual fears and questions like, where do I start? How do I know if I'm teaching them enough? What if I'm not intelligent enough or qualified to give them a quality education? And so on. I remember telling my husband that I wished someone would just take me by the hand and walk me through everything step by step. I did have other homeschooling moms who gave me great tips and advice, but of course, no one had time to come and babysit everything I did and make sure I wasn't missing anything. So I did what most people do. I made hundreds of mistakes and learned from them slowly through the months and years. Although each year I have grown in my skills as a homeschool teacher, there are so many things I know now that I wish someone had told me in the very beginning. So, that is my motivation for this entire program. I want to support you in any way I can, and the first place I want you to start is with this course. If you had time to explore the site, you may have seen the resources below these video modules for the course. None of these are mandatory in order to complete the course, but the most important one I would like you to look at is the Homeschool Planner. This planner follows everything we will talk about in the coming lessons and is designed to simplify your entire planning process. Of course, if you have another planner that you are attached to, you do not have to use this one, but I do suggest grabbing a notebook and jotting down some of the information there, since we will be doing things like making lists and answering some simple questions in order to get you all set up to teach your kids at home. If you do decide to use the planner, it can be easily printed from home and put into a binder. I can also have mine printed and coil bound at my local Staples store or a store like that for about $30, if that's what you prefer. They can even have it ready for you on the same day. So whatever you would like to do, it's up to you. The other resources we will be referring to throughout the course, so feel free to have a look if you'd like. I highly recommend watching and listening to this course at a time when you are able to focus as much as possible. I know that can be difficult for moms with babies, toddlers, and other kiddos to juggle to try and find a quiet moment, but I do want to make sure that you are not missing out on important information. The visuals of the course are helpful, but if you'd like to listen to it while you go for a walk and click back through the slides when you're done, then that's a great strategy too. Either way, don't skip any of the modules and feel free to repeat as much as you'd like. Because you are now a member of the Qualified Homeschooler community, you have lifetime access to this course. The resources and anything that is added or updated in the future, you will also have access to. There will be notifications in the community section whenever I have added a resource or updated something important. So be sure to keep your eyes open for that. As a member, you are also entitled to one free one-on-one coaching session with me. The scheduling link for that will be provided in the last lesson. One thing I would ask is for you to complete the entire course before you schedule this call with me. There may be questions or issues you have that are already answered within the course itself. If you do have questions as you move through the lessons, be sure to jot them down in your notebook so that we can maximize our time together during our scheduled call. I will also be hosting live question and answer sessions, so stay tuned for those events to be posted in the community. Lastly, please feel free to make use of this community as much as you'd like. It is here for you, and we are all here for each other. You'll see that there are separate spaces for different subjects, including curriculum, routines, meaning your homeschool schedule, your wins, where you can post about any success stories, whether they are big or small, and then anything else in general that's related to homeschooling. So hop on and introduce yourself when you get the chance, and tell everyone a bit about yourself. Having a supportive community can really make a huge difference. Okay, so let's dive into the course syllabus. First, we will explore some of the common fears new homeschoolers often have and work on debunking those. These are things that can really worm their way into your whole worldview and tarnish the beautiful parts of homeschooling, so we want to make sure that we are seeing all of those things clearly in the beginning, as well as giving you a strong defense when the naysayers try to tell you to put your kids back in school. Next, we'll be talking about your vision for homeschooling. Now, don't panic if you're feeling like you don't have one. We will help you draw that out. We will also dive into why you are choosing to homeschool, because this will be a pivotal part of keeping things on track and consistent. We'll make sure you understand the legal requirements for your specific state and what will be required of you and your child moving forward. We'll talk about the different learning styles of your student and what part that will play in their education. We will spend time focusing on making your homeschooling unique to your family by zeroing in on your family's preferences and needs, as well as your children and even you as the teacher, because you matter too. There are also many different styles when it comes to homeschooling, which you may or may not heard of. I'm going to help you understand what those styles are, how they differ from each other, and which styles you may naturally gravitate towards so that that doesn't feel so overwhelming. Next, we will get to the big one, choosing curriculum. This is usually the part that really trips people up because there are so many choices. So how in the world do you choose the one that will be the right fit? We'll talk you through all of that in that lesson. Once your curriculum is chosen, we will set up a routine for you to follow. Some people call it a schedule or a flow, whatever you want to call it. There's a trick to creating a roadmap for you to follow that can still be adjusted when needed, and that is something that I spent years trying to figure out. So we will be saving you countless hours of guessing and testing so that you can start off on the right foot right away and also learn how to adjust things as the needs and demands of your children and family change over the years. We will also spend some time talking specifically about the materials you will need to gather and making sure that they're all organized and stored in a way that makes sense and doesn't completely take over your home. And finally, we will talk about the grace period, or the period of time in the beginning of learning a new skill that it's vital that you not only give yourself grace, but also give those around you grace, meaning your students. It is impossible for everything to always go smoothly, so we want to make sure that our expectations are realistic and we are ready to celebrate the wins and learn from the mistakes without taking it personally or feeling like we are failing our kids. There is no perfect teacher, including those who are teaching in conventional schools. So there is no need to beat ourselves up or take it to heart when our kids don't always love everything that we have planned so carefully for them. Another great feature of the community section is that you can direct message any of the members of the exclusive group, including me. So if you have any questions or issues as you move through the course and afterward, don't hesitate to reach out to me and I will get back to you. I'm usually running around doing all kinds of things with my family, but I do try my best to respond within 24 hours. Okay, that's it for lesson 1. I'll see you over in the next lesson.